When faced with challenging situations, the way each of us act is different from one another. Some of us have enough courage to restart a project and persist till we are successful. But not everyone is like that, and scientists have been trying to find out why. They have also been trying to understand what is the formula behind the energy and strength of people who get highly motivated whenever necessary. Welcome to another video. There are some of us who think that we want to do something and then start imagining and dreaming about it. Only a few manage to go beyond that step. The rest don't do anything about their dreams. They continue to give various excuses for themselves about their inactivity. Then, out of those who actually start acting to make their dreams a reality, only a few persist through sheer hard work, which involves a physical and psychological commitment. According to scientists who have been studying human motivation, there are a few reasons for people to have differing levels in their motivation, which involves several aspects of human life. Understanding these reasons will help us to understand our own triggers of motivation and make adjustments where we think necessary. We humans are genetically programmed to fulfill our needs like feeding, safeguarding ourselves from danger, and seeking pleasure. So, most of us are motivated to fulfill these necessities. How we go about it is decided by our attitudes, principles, and value systems. Also, it's important to remember that our priorities as well as when and where we live play a major role here. For example, for someone living in a war zone or during a pandemic, levels of motivation might change accordingly. It is important to understand that success in any project involves careful thinking and planning and a lot of hard work. If any one of us lacks the urge to go about fulfilling basic life needs, it is necessary to find out the thoughts and emotions that hold us back. If it is about the attitude of acting impulsively or seeking instant gratification, developing an insight is the initial step towards finding a solution. If it is about low self-esteem and the fear to act, you have to identify that and work to overcome that. But if it is a negative thought process and the associated feelings that are stopping you from acting, you have to analyze yourself further. If the lack of initiative is associated with clinical symptoms like low mood or anxiety, professional help is needed. Also, not everyone is genetically programmed or instinctually driven by the same levels of motivation. While some people are highly motivated, others have low levels of motivation. When trying to achieve your basic human needs, it is important to motivate yourself to achieve your best. Here, according to scientists, designating a reward for yourself is necessary for positive reinforcement. The reward could be something like successfully achieving your expected standard of living or getting something you always wanted. Having a clear, strong, detailed mental picture of the standard of life you want is an important requirement. Here, that picture or goal should be firmly fixed in your mind. If you don't know what you want, or if your direction and the goals are vague to you, your subconscious mind would find it hard to recognize and guide you. Belief in yourself and what you want, and the belief that you are going to get it and that you deserve to get what you want will further make your incentive stronger. But meeting up with basic life needs does not satisfy some highly motivated people. Their curiosity, their need and drive for highly physically and emotionally charged experiences motivate them to go seeking their goals. This is what motivates people like sportsmen or those who are involved in adventures. The nature of the attachment towards achieving these experiences themselves stimulates and rewards them. Scientists have found out that people who are highly motivated find it easy to face the challenges of life. Their self-esteem is high. They are also more flexible and positive towards life. When facing adverse circumstances, they also cope better. Also, they have less fear of failure compared to people who have low levels of motivation. Fear of failure can act as a toxic loop because when you are scared, your chances of failure are a lot more. There are some of us who think that our capabilities have limits and boundaries and that we are not capable of pushing ourselves beyond that. Psychologist Carol Dweck called this a fixed mindset. With a fixed mindset, the ability to motivate yourself to higher levels would not happen. When you believe that you can learn more, work harder, and be motivated to achieve higher levels, you have a growth mindset. People can change their attitudes and acquire a growth mindset and learn to become highly motivated. If you want to have a winning attitude applied to all aspects of your life, stop complaining about life, acting like a victim, and let the limiting beliefs about yourself go. The only thing you can really control in life are your own thoughts, feelings attached to them, and emotions. Sometimes we put restrictions on ourselves to function in a certain way because that is expected from us. The society we live in, our families impose on us certain ways that we are supposed to conform to. We have to get out of these limitations as well to get what we want. Also, please remember that if you don't trust and respect yourself, nobody else will. So, you have to rework your emotions and thoughts. What we think and believe about ourselves becomes our reality. Start acting as if you are already living your dream or goal. Start believing that what you are trying to achieve is already there. This is different from being overconfident. Don't relax in your effort. If you become overconfident, relaxing of your focus will happen and that will reduce your productivity. Scientific research has found out that for us to get motivated when we want something, that need has to be conveyed into your subconscious mind. And that a trigger is sent from there. In addition, your emotional involvement is important if the thoughts and physical drive you have towards accomplishing goals is to become a reality. So, for you to get motivated, your brain, mainly the parts that regulate your thoughts and emotions like the amygdala and prefrontal cortex and also the thalamus, which influences your hormonal activity, has to get activated. A very important fact to consider is that if we don't have the physical and psychological strength to act, work, and focus, our motivational thoughts alone would not help us. Therefore, it is very important to be nutritionally balanced, have enough sleep, and look after your general health. Even if your goal is to lose or gain weight or stay active, these requirements will not change. Sometimes, poor physical and psychological health may be perceived as low levels of motivation. Please subscribe to our channel, like this video, comment and share it if you like. When you are motivated to gain something and be satisfied with achieving that reward, you are handing over the power of motivating yourself to external factors. Instead, you have to find motivation within yourself. For that, you have to start doing what you have to do, not for external reasons or out of a sense of fulfilling a duty or a responsibility or for the reward or compensation attached to it. Learn to find pleasure in whatever you are doing at that moment. To develop this skill, you have to learn to keep your focus, thoughts, and attention at the task at hand. When you learn to be at the present moment, you learn to enjoy the present moment and you learn to find motivation here and now. This has helped high achievers like sportsmen and artists to find success. They like what they do. Their motivation is within themselves, which helps them overcome the fear of failure and stay focused at a crucial moment. Turning inwards to yourself to find motivation there is going to help you find success and contentment. Thank you for watching.